In today's video for Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree, I'm going to be showing you how you can get your hands on one of the most powerful and one of the coolest Ashes of War in the game, and that's going to be this one right here, the Spinning Gravity Thrust. This thing is an absolute savage, can do ridiculous damage, some of the highest damage I've actually seen, and is well worth having in a lot of builds. Now, in order to get hold of this, you will have to have played a little bit of the game, because you're going to have to make your way all the way up to the Shadow Keep, up in this direction just here. But rather than going in the kind of normal direction and making our way right up the road going in the front gates, this time we're going to kind of detour, go a little bit around the ways, and we're going to make it in from the back gates. In order to do this, the best path will be to go through Bonnie Village. If you haven't got that, don't worry, I'll link it top right so you know how to get there, and eventually you'll be able to make it all the way up to the Church District High Road, which is going to be our starting location for the very beginning of this guide. So ultimately you can kind of get here as early as you want, but there will be a tough fight on your hands, so make sure you're prepared before you actually take this journey on. But once you're there, make your way to the back entrance of the Shadow Keep. Keep riding on Torrent until you make it all the way up, and eventually you get kicked off because you're going to be inside. From there you're going to want to leap over and you'll be making your way across the rooftops. Just keep heading the way I show you, and be aware there are going to be a lot of kind of jumps involved, so you may well fall over a few times. Just at this part you'll want to take this enemy out, otherwise his fireballs can be a nightmare and can knock you off later on. Then just hop across and do a little jump onto this area here. Keep making your way across the rooftops, and at this part you want to go to the middle and then just make your way down the gap. Keep making your way through the instance, and not the first door, but the second door is where you want to go in order to reach the elevator. Once you've reached the very top, nice and easy, you're going to bop outside and make your way round, and you'll be at a grace point in order to save. From here you're going to make your way a little more forward, and then just around the corner there's going to be a ladder that you can climb straight up. Again, there are a lot of enemies here, so either avoid them or take them out, whatever you think's best, but most of the time I'll take a few of them out just because everything hits you so hard, and when it hits you in the back it can be kind of annoying. Make your way just around the right hand side, and there'll be a little hole in the wall that you can go straight through. From there you're going to go up and around and just keep following the staircase. That way you make it to another site of grace. Now from this point you're going to have an elevator just in front of yourself. It's going to take you up a level, and then you're just going to make your way in the direction I showed just here. As you saw, there was a few things trying to get me, so you may want to be a bit wary, but just make your way around. And at this point take the enemy out, and then you'll be able to drop down to the kind of area below. Making your way around this way again, you can bop straight off the ledge, jump outside, and then you'll be greeted with another kind of small elevator. At this point you're almost where you need to be, so don't worry too much. Just go over to this area just here. I didn't open that door because I'm not sure if there's a boss in there. If you want to try it you can, but I was going to come back a little bit later on. Plus there's going to be a grace point down here as well, so you probably want to pick this one up before you try it just in case. But now you're at the exact spot you need to be, the Shadow Keep back gate. But it's not that simple, because there will be a boss here, and a very tough boss if I say so myself. This took me about 20 tries before I managed to defeat it. I'm going to try and keep it spoiler free, but one hint I would give before tackling this is use the house to your advantage, and if you can, try and go to the left hand side and kind of guide him around there, then move around whenever you need to. Honestly, it is a very tough fight, probably the toughest one I've had so far, but it will reward you with the remembrance that you're after, the remembrance of the wild boar. Then just travel back to Round Table Hold, hand in your remembrance, and you'll be able to kind of pick which one you want. Obviously you're after the gravity thrust one, so you're going to click that, and then you'll be able to take it off and put on whatever weapon you want. Nice and easy, you don't have to worry about it, it's not going to disappear or anything. If you do put it on something else, you can use it as many times as you want as a normal Ash of War. But yeah, honestly, one of the best Ashes of War in the game, looks absolutely awesome as well, and I'd highly recommend trying to make this into a bleed build if possible, and putting on something that does a lot of bleed overall. Hopefully that's helped a few of you guys and girls out. There'll be a lot more content away from me. As always, for all things gaming, take care. I'll see you on the next day.